Fam, y'all are not ready for the chaos that went down last night because this wasn't just a red carpet movie premiere, this was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Picture this, Jennifer's exclusive movie launch. Glitz. Glam, the cameras flashing, designer gowns brushing against velvet ropes. This was supposed to be her night. The champagne was chilled, the trailer was set to roll, and every influencer in LA had their phones out to capture the moment. But before the credits could even roll, baby, the drama stole the spotlight. From the very first step onto that carpet, there was tension in the air so thick you could slice it with a diamond-studded stiletto. Jackie decided to pull the most mysterious disappearing act we've seen all season. Sis was supposed to be front and center, supporting our girl because hello, she's in the movie. But instead, she slid out with a flu text and left a trail of confusion and shady whispers behind her. Y'all ever seen somebody lie so bad it makes you sick for them? Because same. And while the cameras were supposed to capture a celebration, they ended up catching the birth of another full-blown reality TV scandal, rumors of threesomes, allegations of cheating, besties turned enemies calling each other liars, in front of everybody. And let's not even talk about the way Ty and Ming's energy went from 0 to somebody call security in under 5 seconds. Sis, the way the argument escalated? If tension had a smell, the whole room would have been smoked out. Imagine this. 1 second, the room is applauding Jennifer's big Hollywood moment. The next second, side eyes are flying, friendships are crumbling, and somebody's reputation is being dragged across that sparkling marble floor. Viewers at home thought they were tuning in for a movie trailer, but baby, the real movie was happening live. And these ladies were the stars of their own scandal. I'm telling y'all right now, this wasn't just drama. This was betrayal. Served on a silver platter with a side of, did she really just say that? And trust me, once these words left their lips, there was no taking them back. Grab your popcorn, fam, because if you thought the movie premiere was the highlight of the night, wait until you hear the tea that had everyone clutching their pearls. This was messy, this was emotional, and this was reality TV history in the making. Phew, buckle up because we were just getting started. The night began with a sense of anticipation that could almost be touched. Jennifer's big moment had finally arrived, a night that was supposed to mark the start of a new chapter in her career. The venue was buzzing with soft chatter, glasses clinking, and the occasional flash of paparazzi lights bouncing off the walls. This wasn't just a movie launch. This was her statement to the world, that she had moved past all the shade, the whispers, the endless drama that had followed her name like a stubborn shadow. But as the limousines pulled up and the stars of the night began stepping out, something felt off. It was the kind of tension that seasoned reality TV watchers know all too well. The cameras caught it, the attendees felt it, and even Jennifer herself, behind her warm red carpet smile, seemed to sense it. Jackie was supposed to be there, not just as a guest, not just as a friend, but as part of the film itself. Jennifer had wanted her front and center, a reminder to everyone watching that despite all the petty fights and season-long shade, sisterhood still mattered. But Jackie had other plans. She slipped into the venue quietly at first, her energy unreadable. She smiled for a photo, complimented a few gowns, and then just as lights dimmed for the trailer, she was gone. A single text message pinged Jennifer's phone. Had to run, babes. Not feeling good. The flu got me. Congratulations. The flu, that's what she said. But to anyone with eyes, ears, and even half a brain, the timing was more than suspicious. 5 minutes ago, she was standing in heels, laughing with the bartender. 5 minutes later, she's allegedly bedridden? People exchanged glances. Whispers rolled through the room like smoke, and it didn't take long for the real storm to hit. While Jennifer tried to focus on her big moment, Ty and Ming's ongoing beef was simmering just beneath the surface. You could see it in the way Ming's jaw tightened whenever Ty spoke. You could see it in Ty's restless hands, her fingers twitching like she was holding back a truth or maybe a slap. The night was supposed to be polished, glamorous, and worthy of the Hollywood spotlight. Instead, it was turning into a masterclass in how quickly a celebration could become a circus. As the applause for the trailer faded, the real show began. Conversations started as polite chit-chat but quickly turned into low-key confrontations. It started with a laugh that didn't feel genuine, a side comment meant to sting without leaving. A mark, but when you put these women in a room, secrets don't stay secrets for long. It was Ming who lit the match. She casually dropped that Jackie had been spreading rumors, ugly, personal rumors that could cut deep into someone's life. Whispers of Brandy cheating on her husband. Even a twisted story hinting at threesomes involving Ming and Brandy. It wasn't just a rumor. It was a grenade tossed into the middle of the room, and the explosion was immediate. Brandy's eyes widened. Ty stopped mid-sentence. Someone dropped a glass in the corner. For a brief moment, you could almost hear everyone holding their breath, waiting for the reaction. Because that's the thing about this circle words hit harder than any slap. And Jackie wasn't even there to defend herself, which somehow made it worse. Then came the accusations, sharp and unapologetic. Ty demanded answers. Ming fired back with her own truths. Friends weren't friends anymore. Alliances were crumbling in real time. Jennifer caught in the middle of what was supposed to be. Her night watched her celebration spiral into the kind of spectacle that reality TV producers dream about. Her eyes darted from one argument to another, trying to manage the chaos without completely losing it. And just when it seemed like it couldn't get any messier, the conversation turned personal. Ming called out Ty for lying about her relationship status. Ty, defensive and fuming, threw back the accusation of being a side chick. The air was electric with tension, but kind of thick. Hot energy that makes people lean in because they know something unforgettable is about to happen. Ty's voice rose. Are you in a relationship or not? Let's answer that right now. Ming's face didn't flinch. Okay, but you got a man named Teddy tattooed on you and you're not in a relationship, correct? The room went silent for a split second before Ty's pride took over. Oh, you want to go there? You been a side chick? Ming's response was a dagger. No, I have not, but you? Walk away. It was the kind of moment where time slows down. Jennifer glanced at the cameras, knowing this was the clip that would go viral. Ty, unwilling to give Ming the satisfaction, tried to hold her ground, but the weight of all the accusations, all the tension, was too much. She finally turned, muttering under her breath, and stormed toward the exit. Jennifer followed with, her eyes, her once perfect night, dissolving into whispers, judgment, and humiliation. This was no longer a movie premiere. This was an unplanned, unscripted, emotional train wreck that the entire world would dissect in the morning. Behind the scenes, attendees pulled out their phones, pretending to text but secretly recording every word. Every glare, every sigh, every whisper, did she just say that? Became part of the story that would dominate blogs and social media. Within hours. And as the night wound down, the damage was done. Jennifer may have launched a movie, but the world wouldn't be talking about the film. They would be talking about the fight, the accusations, and the messy web of friendships that had finally unraveled in front of the cameras. The celebration had turned into a battlefield. And the women who walked in with diamonds and smiles walked out with bruised egos, shattered trust, and reputations dangling by a thread. Because in this world, it only takes one rumor to change everything. And tonight, Jackie, Ming, Ty, and the rest had given the blogs enough fuel to burn for weeks. When the dust settled after that chaotic night, the energy in the room shifted from explosive to eerily heavy. The music kept playing. Glasses were still being clanked, but the vibe was gone. Everyone who had witnessed the drama knew. They had just seen a moment that would follow these women for the rest of the season and maybe even their lives. The thing about nights like this is that the fight itself is only half the story. The real impact comes afterward, when the whispers turn into blog posts, the blogs turn into viral clips, and the clips become ammunition for both fans and enemies. By the next morning, the premiere wasn't about Jennifer's movie anymore. It was about Jackie, Ming, and Ty and the messy cloud that followed them out of that room. Let's break this down because y'all know I don't just give the tea. Give the full boiling kettle. First, let's talk Jackie. She started the night as a ghost and ended it as a rumor mill headline. Think about it. This woman was in the movie, supposed to be standing next to Jennifer celebrating a career milestone, but instead she dipped with a flu excuse. If that's not a calculated exit, I don't know what is. Because when the conversations turned, messy when her name started getting dragged into whispers about threesomes and infidelity, she wasn't there to face any of it. Now people can say she was sick all they want, but here's the thing. In this world, perception is everything. And the perception was that Jackie bailed because she couldn't handle the storm she helped create. She wanted the attention, but being talked about without the responsibility of standing in the fire. And honestly, that's the kind of move that makes people stop trusting you. Then there's Ming and Tai. Woo, if this wasn't the textbook definition of built up resentment, I don't know what is. You could see it in every look they exchanged. This wasn't just about one rumor or one side comment. This was months, maybe years of tension finally boiling over. And the premiere just gave them the perfect stage. Ming came ready to throw darts with her words. She didn't yell, she didn't swing, she just dropped bombs with a calmness. That was almost scarier than screaming. That's how you know the tea was strong, because she wasn't performing. She was cutting deep and walking away. Tai, on the other hand, had that restless energy of someone trying to fight battles on multiple fronts. She wanted to protect her image, shut down the side chick talk, and defend herself against what felt like a room full of silent judgment. But the problem with trying to win every battle at once is that you end up losing the war. Storming out may have felt like a power move in the moment, but to everyone else, it looked like a surrender. And can we take a second for Jennifer? This woman spent weeks planning her premiere. The venue, the outfits, the press, the trailer, this was her night to shine. And instead, she ended up playing babysitter to grown adults who couldn't put their egos aside for one evening. If you looked closely, you could see that smile on her face tighten every time a voice got raised. Because here's the reality. In her world, any drama that happens in her orbit automatically becomes her problem. Behind the scenes, production crews were scrambling. Camera operators whispered to each other, trying to make sure every angle of the meltdown was captured. Producers probably couldn't believe their luck. Reality TV gold had just dropped in their laps, unplanned and unscripted. You can almost hear the post-production team rubbing their hands together knowing this scene would anchor the season trailer. But the fallout isn't just for TV. These women live their lives under the gaze of social media. By the next morning, hashtags would be trending. Clips would surface on fan pages. Every side-eye and muttered curse word would be slowed down, zoomed in and dissected by people who've never met them but will swear they know their entire life story. Emotionally, nights like this do real damage. Imagine having a circle of friends or at least acquaintances that you thought you could navigate life with. Then imagine seeing those same people twist your words, question your loyalty, and throw your personal business into the wind for strangers to consume. It's a betrayal that hits in waves. First, there's the shock. Then the anger. Then the realization that your private pain is now public entertainment. Ming's calm cruelty. Tai's explosive defensiveness. Jackie's vanishing act. Jennifer's quiet heartbreak. These aren't just moments for the show. They're cracks in real relationships. And once a crack like that forms under the heat of the spotlight, it rarely ever fully heals. And let's not forget the viewers. Y'all at home are not just passive watchers, you become part of the story. Some of you will pick sides, ready to defend your favorite with full essays in the comments. Others will meme the fight, laughing at what is actually someone's real humiliation. And a small but very loud group will dig deeper, searching for proof to validate whichever rumor fits the narrative they like most. That's the danger of this reality TV ecosystem. Pain becomes content, and content becomes currency. And last night, the currency was flowing heavy. Now, here's the part that people won't say out loud, but everyone's thinking. Trust is gone. Jackie might have tried to play it safe with her flu exit, but everyone in that room clocked her absence as a move of guilt or fear. Tai might have left to save face, but leaving a fight unfinished just makes the whispers louder. And Ming? She walked away with the upper hand for now. But in this world, the pendulum always swings back. By the time the night ended, Jennifer's premiere had become a cautionary tale. Not about movies, but about friendship, loyalty, and how quickly public life can devour private bonds. No one drove home thinking about the film. They drove home replaying every word, every look, and planning their next move. And the blogs? Oh, they were ready. By sunrise, the headlines would write themselves. Jackie dodges confrontation at Jennifer's premiere. Ming accuses Brandy of infidelity in shocking allegation. Tai explodes, storms out of exclusive event. messy sells. And last night, business was booming. Because this is the world they live in, where your best friend can become your biggest liability, where every event is a battlefield in disguise, and where the line between real life and reality TV no longer exists. And just like that, what was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into a night that none of these women will ever forget, and not for the reasons they wanted. Jennifer's movie may have premiered, but the real story was the messy, raw, and downright explosive drama that unfolded in real time. We watched Jackie disappear when the heat started rising, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and a flu excuse that no one really bought. We saw Ming step into the spotlight as the calm but deadly truth teller, dropping allegations that would make anyone's jaw hit the floor. And then there was Tai, who went from defensive to explosive, storming out of the room and leaving the energy scorched behind her. But here's what really hits different. This isn't just a show. These are real women with real reputations, friendships, and families. Every glare, every whispered accusation, every messy exit, none of that can be erased. By the time the blogs pick it up, the world has already decided what they believe. And once the internet has its story, it doesn't give it back. So now, it's over to you, fam. I need to know whose side are you on after witnessing all this? Do you think Jackie was being sneaky, or was she really sick and just caught in bad timing? Was Ming being a truth teller, or did she cross the line bringing those kinds of allegations to a premiere night? And what about Tai was walking out the right move, or does it just make her look guilty in the eyes of everyone watching? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I already know this is about to be a debate. I want to see who y'all are riding with and who you think went too far. And let's be honest, if you were Jennifer standing in that room watching your big night unravel into chaos, what would you have done? Would you have kicked everyone out, or just smiled through the storm like she did? This is why I love breaking down these moments with y'all, because we don't just watch the drama, we live it, we dissect it, we call it like it is. These women might not even realize it yet, but this premiere wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of a whole new chapter of fallout, alliances shifting, and secrets that can't be buried anymore. If you enjoyed breaking this all down with me, make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single moment of the chaos that's coming next. Because trust me, if this is how the season is starting, the storm that's brewing next is going to be unforgettable. Now grab your popcorn, buckle up, and I'll see y'all in the next deep dive. This drama? It's only getting started.